Hey, my narcissistic abuse family. I just wanted to share this information with you because it's actually quite profound in terms of our healing. That's what we're focusing on here, not the narcissist. But as we learn, as we identify these issues, and as we educate ourselves regarding their game, we're able to move forward and tackle this stuff head on. So one of the things that I've always known, that you probably know as well, is that if the narcissist is speaking, they are lying, they are habitual liars, they are chronic liars, they can help themselves. But something that I just recently came across that really struck me, and that I think it might really strike you, is that the narcissist feels no guilt, no remorse, nothing when they lie. They justify it, like they do pretty much everything in their lives, all of their deplorable behavior. They justify it because they think that let me say this right, the end justifies the means. So the end result, if they get what they're looking for, justifies how they got there. They don't care. So this has happened to me more times than I can even fathom. But I confronted my narcissistic mother, and it has no impact on her whatsoever. It's like all she does is deflect. And I've been the black sheep my entire life, so that's nothing new. I'm always blamed for everything. But when I gave her very specific, very factual examples of times that she has stabbed me in the back, not stuck up for me, anything of that nature, she will change the subject. Or, I recently initiated no contact, and so they've been campaigning against my husband and I, the toxic duo I'm referring to, my narcissistic mother and her enabling henchman, my father. So they've been campaigning to try to weasel their way back into our lives, because they're nothing without the phony family facade. They love to portray themselves as loving parents, a loving mother, a loving father, and couldn't be farther from the reality. So, anyway, they have come to my husband and I via email, because nobody can communicate because they're immature and they're incapable of genuine connections. So they approached both myself and my husband via emails, and we both wrote back to them with actually different examples of factual ways in which they have wronged us. And do you know, every time they respond, no acknowledgement of these examples whatsoever. So that's something a narcissist does as well. They dismiss you to make you feel less important, or in an effort to gaslight you, to make you think you're crazy, because, like, here I am giving you, reality right in front of your face, and you're dismissing me. You're not acknowledging it. You're making me feel less important. All of that. So it's awesome that I have my husband on my team, because I can confer with him and confirm that this is what they're actually doing. So narcissists will never assume No, Gino. No. Will never assume responsibility for their lies, for the manipulative ways in which they try to forward their agendas or get what they want. Gino, stop! It's my dog. I'm sorry, the coronavirus, it's got everybody like wild. So the narcissist looks at their lies, as efforts to They look at it like they're controlling information, because we know that narcissists are the epitome of control. They have to control everyone and everything around them in order to preserve this phony facade that they have constructed. So they can't deal with any, wild variables, any threat. So they need to control everything. So this is how they look at their lives. They just look at it like, I'm just controlling information. It's for everyone's benefit. So they justify it. They justify their lies. They also they lie by omission, by not giving you the full story or the full truth. And they do it because they claim they're not guilty. They're used to getting their needs met their entire lives because they surround themselves with people that will facilitate or enable their disordered mentality and behavior. So the only thing they regret in terms of lying is getting caught. But even if they do get caught, they'll just keep denying, because they can never be held responsible for anything. As I've said in other videos, they have an external locus of control. This is where they feel that everything is the world around them's fault. It can't possibly be them. It's everyone else. It's everyone around them. It is circumstances beyond their control. That is an external locus of control. Something I thought was interesting, that as we get older, we become more focused, like middle-aged, like me. You become more focused on an internal locus of control. You're more apt to assume responsibility for things. And, they brainwash us as victims of narcissistic abuse that we absorb responsibility for things that aren't even our faults. So it's like an over-internalized locus of control. They damage us in every way that they possibly can. So that is one of the ways where we assume responsibility for things that aren't even our fault. So we're just constant people pleasers. We're always looking to somehow villainize ourselves because that's what we're used to them doing to us our whole lives. But it's so frustrating. So this piece of information was so validating for me, because I confront it. Like, if you don't know what you're dealing with, you think you're speaking to a rational adult human being. You're not. Like, this is such an integral piece of our healing. It's such an instrumental part of understanding narcissists, is that we are not dealing with mature adults. They are very much stuck in this childlike mentality. They're immature. They have external locus of control. They don't see anything wrong with lying to achieve what they sought out to do or get for themselves. Lies are just commonplace for them. It's just part of their way of life. But I was talking about this with my husband, and this is a good way to understand it. So you can't get mad at the grass for being green. You can't get mad at the sky for being blue. You can't get mad at a cat for not barking. You can't get mad at a dog for eating everything in front of them. It's just their nature. So it is the nature of the narcissist to lie. It's all they're capable of. Something that I heard recently that I thought was awesome was that we are all here and we're doing the best we can with what we are equipped with. So if you're watching this, God bless you. You are probably doing some self-reflection, growing, healing, things like that. Narcissists are not capable of doing this. They are not capable of growing or bettering themselves it is what it is. Like, you can't get mad at me for being a girl. It's how I was born. It is what it is. Like, narcissists are what they are. Nothing we can do about them. But the best, most pivotal thing I've done for myself is going no contact, realizing that it's not my responsibility to heal this woman. It's not my responsibility to be the dumping ground for the family's negativity, the toxicity that they, projected onto me. So, narcissists lie. It's what they do. It's just part of who they are, and they see absolutely nothing wrong with it. So, all right, guys, I hope this was useful to you. Give me thumbs up, subscribe. That would be super awesome. I appreciate each one of you. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for going on this journey with me. God bless you guys. We're bumped and we're bruised, but more than anything, we are blessed because we have this awesome insight and appreciation that we would not have had aside from these toxic jerks. All right, you guys, see you soon.